I would like to find out from you the objective behind the construction of these interchanges. Okay.
Somewhere 2005, we conducted a number of studies nationwide. There were, I think, 3 major consultants who undertook some projects for us, looking at the state of transportation in the country and in the major cities of the country. As a result of these studies, a number of project outcomes were recommended. And this is what we have been delivering bit by bit over time. But then, of course, at some locations, it requires that we construct interchanges. Other locations, we may have to just widen the road and dualize it. As you can see, quite a number of them have been done. In the recent past, we've done, even though that is not an interchange, it's still a grade separated area, when we widened the East Legon underpass. If you will recall that we had challenges there, because one side had to wait for the other. And that was causing congestion and wasting a lot of man hours in traffic. That was widened and we had to now get dual flow. It didn't fully solve the problem at that location. So in most cases, the interchanges are built to resolve a challenge. But what we do realize is that if it is not properly planned, we are only going to shift the challenge there to a location either upstream or downstream. But that's why we try to comprehensively address these as and when we move on.
One of the most significant projects by the NPP government is the Pokuase interchange. This ambitious 4-tier structure aims to ease the flow of traffic at a major junction connecting the Accra-Nsawam Road and the George Bush Highway. What specific challenge did we identify at this particular spot, and what informed the decision to construct a 4-tier to address this challenge?
Well, what informed the decision, as I said earlier, studies were carried out in 2005, and we identified that route as a very important route that would relieve traffic off the main road. At that time, the N1 itself, that's the extension of the N1 through Abekalapa, had not been done. And this is a road that we're going to do it all the way from Awoshi right through to back onto the motorway. Obviously, at that location, at Pokuase, there was a gap. You could not connect from Awoshi side of the bridge, that's the, let's say, the southern side to the northern side. So we needed to bridge it. But what informed the 4-tier interchange was efficiency, and also when we did the value for money audit and also value engineering. Originally, we were going to do a 3-tier, but it came out that we could do a 4-tier with the same funds, which we did. And of course, it's iconic and it's also very functional and fit for purpose.
The Obetsebi Lamptey interchange, located in Accra, is an important traffic junction that connects several major roads. In 2019, President Akufo-Addo broke ground for the construction of the $135 million 3-tier interchange. If we descend into town, then we're heading towards Obetsebi. I know that phase 1 is completed. Tell us about phase 2, what stage we are, and what projected dates do we have for completion, if there are any yet.
Phase 1 is the east-west direction, where majority of the traffic was moving from Graphic Road towards Kanishi. That has been done and commissioned 4 years ago. Phase 2 is almost completed and is likely to be commissioned this month.
Wow.
That's the north-south direction. We have done the bridge. It's been asphalted, marked. The groundwork is being done now. It's our expectation that in a week or so, we should be nearing full completion for commissioning.
What type of interchange is this particular one, the Obetsebi?
Well, putting it all together, we have a 3-tier interchange. When we say a 3-tier, the first tier is the ground level, where you can make all kinds of movements. The second tier is the east-west movement, moving from Graphic Road to Kaneshi, and the third tier is the north-south movement.
The Flowerport interchange was commenced by the NPP government in March 2017 and is reportedly complete. Help us understand what type of interchange that also is, so we can better appreciate the Flowerport.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, that is a 2-tier interchange. because you can move from different directions and get onto the bridge and change direction as you move along. This project indeed is quite different from the rest, is iconic and is solving a problem. You do realize that we had this tunnel which was widened and solved the problem for some time. However, the motorway in itself has become a barrier in our road network. The north-south movement has been restricted to this tunnel and another tunnel at community in the Shaman area. Until recently, we've also started using the tunnel at community 18. Originally, it wasn't one which was very major in our network. So the motorway has become a barrier, and it's important that the north-south movement is accounted for. These tunnels are not solving the problem. This interchange that we've done allows us to convert that barrier into a good edge where we can just move over and change direction. What we have now, starting from the Palace Mall side, you can get into East Legon area, which is the northern side of the motorway, or you can make a right towards Tema. That takes you towards the east. Getting onto the bridge, you could also come from the East Legon side and come to the southern side towards Cantonments, or come from the Shiashi side and also get onto the bridge. What is particular about this interchange is also identifying and trying to create uses for the space under the bridge. We realize that in most cases when we do the interchange, I'm sure you all heard of the negative story about Pokuase where people converted into uses that they were not planned for. We want to plan for the users here and create business and employment opportunities there. We are going to have what we call an urban room, and there's a place that we can sit and also a place of exchange. People can meet and have activities, and we will have to get the place managed. In addition to that, we also want to have maybe emergency services, fire service for a post, an ambulance post, just in case there's any emergency within the vicinity. And also towards the motorway, we want to create a police post to be able to enhance security. Because between the flower pot runabout, as we used to know it, and the motorway are a number of spaces that we want to activate. We are planning to have some nighttime activity, including sports. Maybe areas for five-a-side football, there's enough space for that, basketball, table tennis, what have you. And also parking for those who will be patronize those sports. And have a management team there to be able to manage it properly and profitably to the benefit of us. So in essence, what we are doing is that we are improving mobility for those who are passing and also creating a sense of place for those who live and have their businesses there. So it's going to be a very different type of interchange, and this will probably serve as the first example of many to come, how we're going to use the spaces underneath the interchange.
In the last 6 years, the NPP government has completed 6 interchanges across the country, with 9 additional new ones under construction. The Tema Motorway Phase 2 is one of the interchanges captured by the NPP's performance tracker. The Tema end of the Accra-Tema Motorway. What's happening there and how important will this be upon completion?
Well, that's another interchange which was completed. The first phase was completed in 2020. That was more or less like a tunnel connecting the N1 from the motorway right through the Dawenya stretch. Now, what is being done now is to connect the harbour side of the Tema into the N2 and to make sure that we separate that traffic also as well. The bottom line is we construct interchanges because we are separating the movement in space. When you get to an intersection, there is movement in time when we put traffic lights there. So we stop one side and allow another side to go. But beyond a certain capacity, it's not efficient. And we have to separate the movement to make sure that they can all move at the same time. And that's how come we use the various tiers of the interchange for efficiency and effectiveness at that location.
The construction of interchanges is not just about building roads. It's about creating a sustainable future for residents. The NPP government, in its commitment to overcoming the challenges of urbanization, is undertaking similar projects in other regions. The Swami Interchange project, embarked on by the NPP government in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, is in two phases, with the first phase comprising a 4-tier interchange at Swami.
In the Swami environment alone, we are having 6 major grade separations. The Swami interchange itself, which is another 4-tier interchange. Then on the west of it, we have the Abripo Junction. If you know Kumasi very well, Abripo Junction is another congested location. Yeah. At the moment, we have a traffic light, but we are going to do a tunnel to be able to separate the movement, so that when you are moving from Bantuma to Abripo to Atafua area, you don't interact with the traffic on the main road. And when you are coming from the Western Bypass, you can also be on top, and that will be signalized. And that will significantly improve the flow. When you go to the eastern side, you have what you call the Krofrom Junction. That's Atomic Junction. There's a signalized location now, but I want to do an overpass there so that we separate those who are on the main road and those who are having business activity, because these are places that people live and do their businesses. It is not because others want to pass that we are going to endanger them. So once you lift those who are passing through, we give opportunity for those who are down to undertake their normal businesses without disrupting their lives. If anything at all, we are improving their operations and making it safe and more efficient. On the Swami Road itself, there are 3 locations that we are building overpasses. That's Anumanji, the post office area. That's another congested area. You know that the business of the area is mechanic work and also sale of spare parts. So there's a lot of people requiring access into the properties there. But this is also part of the N10. This is taking you all the way to Tamale and beyond. So what we have decided to do, and we have started, is to construct overpasses at Anumanji to enable those who are in a hurry to move faster without having any business there, and also not disturbing those who are doing their business. Because as I said, the road is for those who are passing and for those who live there. When you get to New Road Junction, there's another overpass, another congested location. We are doing an overpass there. And the third one is at Ebusiankruwa, doing another overpass. And it's the same principle to make sure that we relieve the area of congestion, make the businesses more efficient, and also make mobility efficient in a safe manner.
In Tamale, the NPP government has constructed a first-of-its-kind interchange in the northern parts of Ghana to improve travel times in the area.
Tamale Interchange, again, the studies reveal that it's important that we separate the movement there. And that is exactly what we did. We started in 2018, and that was commissioned in 2020, I think, yes.
Right.
So it's all about separating movement and making the locations more efficient.
There's a final one for you. How you measure the success of completed projects or even ongoing projects and its impact on reducing traffic congestion within our urban areas?
Well, we evaluate what we've done. Obviously, before we do it, we have a set objective and what we seek to achieve. After that has been done, we evaluate and see whether we need to tweak areas or we need to leave it as it is. So these are continually monitored and improved over time. It will not take a day or a short while, but ultimately we will get there.